The 2017-2018 school year had just begun when Hurricane Harvey made landfall and stalled over southeast Texas. The historic storm dumped almost 60 inches of rain, devastating the coast. Our community was severely affected, homes were destroyed, and school buildings damaged beyond repair. Many of our residents are getting back into their homes or are in the process, and HJISD is on the road to repair. Within days of the storm, before the damage was even assessed, meetings were held to start making decisions for our students. Originally, we estimated that 3 of our 4 campuses would have a substantial amount of damage, and our district would need to have alternate and temporary plans in place. As we were able to return and assess the damage, we were confronted with good news and bad news. Good news was that the high school campus had braved the storm and no damage. And Sour Lake Elementary had some damage to the gymnasium, but no damage to the main building. The bad news was that Henderson Middle School had taken in and held over 20 inches of water. The field house, restrooms, and concessions were severely damaged. The tech building had taken in approximately 5 feet of water, and the DAEP building was a total loss. A vote with the school board was held, and the decision was made not to remediate or make any repairs to Henderson Middle School, and plans for a temporary campus were initiated. Henderson Village was procured, and construction began almost immediately. High school students were consolidated, and the HMS students were split. 6th grade students were split between Sour Lake and China Elementary. 7th and 8th grade students were housed with combined classrooms and in any available space within the high school. Gyms, closets, the stage, and the cafeteria were all converted into classrooms. By the end of November, the HMS Village was complete, and students and teachers got a brand new, fully furnished building. We were so grateful that our students, many of them who had lost so much, could return to a safe and normal school environment. The new Henderson Middle School, now known as Henderson Village, is made up of 16 buildings, which are 32 classrooms, a library with computers for research, 2 sets of restrooms, a locker room, a cafeteria for 200 students, a front office, as well as security lighting and a perimeter fence. Remediation, which includes cleaning, drying, and gutting only, was completed on the Blue Gym, Fieldhouse, SLE Gymnasium, Tech Building, concessions, and restrooms at the stadium. After assessing our total resources minus expenditures, HJISD was left with approximately $1 million to apply to future repairs. As many in our community already know from experience, that just like with your homes, the FEMA process is long with many obstacles. We have been navigating the road with FEMA for over a year now, and we will continue this journey for the foreseeable future. The plan is to replace Henderson Middle School and all other substantially damaged buildings. In order to ensure that we are doing the best we can to navigate the path with FEMA, a consultant was hired. Disaster Recovery Services are FEMA recovery experts. PBK Architectural Firms was also retained to develop plans as well as prove and defend estimates. Substantial damage is defined as damage that encompasses more than 50% of fair market value. Our current FEMA status is that documentation has been submitted and is under review for the following buildings: Henderson Middle School, the Field House, visitor and home restrooms, band booster concessions, athletic booster concessions, the tech building, and the auto shop. After these documents are reviewed, they have several stamps of approval, with each step being bounced back to the step before for clarification. Currently, all packages are at the Texas Recovery Office. We are still in the infant stages of the process and work every single day with our consultants and staff to make sure we are doing everything we can do to make this process go as fast as we can. Plans for a new Henderson Middle School and a consolidated athletic facility are being developed and will be ready when FEMA approval is complete. The timeline and future are still unknown, but we are very optimistic and hopeful. Keeping our community informed throughout each milestone of this process is a priority of our administrators and school board. We plan to have our next update in March. By then, we hope to unveil the next phase for our district.